Hello chess lovers, Suren here, and I have another crazy game for you, where the white piece is playing Larry Christiansen and his opponent is Dan Krystall. This game was played at 1972 Pacific Southwest Open. Christiansen had white pieces and he started with knight f3, ready opening knight f6, b3, g6, g3. White will now bring his both bishops on the long diagonals. Black castles kingside, bishop g2, c5, c4, d5, c takes d5, knight takes d5, and we see the exchange of dark square bishops on g7 square, queen c1, both attacking the pawn on c5 square, and also at some point white will develop his knight and will not allow the exchange of queens. b6, white castles kingside, bishop b7, knight c3, knight a6, rook d1, f6. Actually, this is a terrible move which is weakening the light squares, and later in the game we will see how white will exploit those weaknesses. Here comes d4, rook c8, knight takes d5 and c takes d4, after which white is gaining a huge advantage. After knight takes d4 it was better to capture on d5 with the queen, though after knight d1, queen d7, d takes c5, still white is much better. But instead, after knight takes d5, we see c takes d4, which allows Christiansen to go for a mind-blowing combination. You can pause the video and try to find his next moves. Ready? In this position, Larry Christiansen played knight takes d4, he's sacrificing his queen. Rook takes c1 was played, and here comes knight e6 check. King h8, well, if king f7, then white will win the queen on d8 square with a check, and then will win this rook as well, and this is simply over. Let's go back. That's why after knight e6 check we see king h8, and now very important decision, rook takes c1. Otherwise, if you win the queen on d8 square, then black can easily equalize the game. That's why after king h8 we see rook takes c1, queen a8, and white is also winning the rook on f8 square. Queen takes f8. Right now white has two rooks against the queen, but still the combination is not over. Here comes knight f4. The knight is eyeballing on e6 square, and also right now the bishop on b7 is hanging. Bishop c8, black is covering the e6 square, not allowing the knight intrusion. By the way, instead of playing bishop c8, if you capture on g2, then white can play knight e6 and then will exploit the back rank weakness, and in the end of the day white is simply an exchange up, and this is an easy one position. Let's go back. That's why after knight f4 bishop c8 was played. But in this position Larry Christiansen landed another punch. This time he played bishop b7. He's forking the bishop and the knight. This is one of the most craziest forks I have ever seen. Look at this, guys. At the same time, this is also a powerful deflective move. Now if bishop f5, then simply bishop takes a6, but let's have a look. What if bishop takes b7? Then again white will start to exploit the weaknesses of light squares and also the weakness of the 8th rank. After rook d8 white is winning black queen, and this is an easy win for white. Let's have a look at that monstrous bishop b7 fork once again. This is simply fantastic. Look at this beauty. Thanks for watching. I hope that you enjoyed this mind-blowing game. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to leave your comments, and for more games don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Good luck.